Welcome back to my channel. You know what, I actually one day might do like a bloopers video, because the amount of times I have to re-record things because I just mess up is ridiculous. But look, we had a bit of time off, we had a couple of weeks off, things happened, had to regroup, start a new job, but we're back, we're here, and as you saw in the title today, why do I keep saying we will? Like there's another one of me, there's not. I will be discussing the current AEW roster. Now, recently I have been extremely impressed with what they've kind of got going on. If you know, in the past, you know, my loyalties have always lied elsewhere, but you know what, they're doing all right at the minute. And yeah, you know, I'll go into my pros on the current situation, and then there's one thing that is a little bit of a letdown, but I'll cover that at some point. Kind of where to start. I've actually got like a list of things, but I'm probably just gonna improvise a little tiny bit. But right, just starting with, they have one impressive roster, okay? Starting with, of course, they have the big names. You know, when they first kind of started out, they brought the big guys in, and that brought the attention. You know, having someone like Jericho and obviously Kenny Omega and Cody, of course, it brought people in, and it brought, now having the big names, it was going to go one way or another, bringing these people in. It was going to be horrific, or it looks like it's kind of working out for them at the minute, so it can't really go wrong. You know, one thing that I do actually really like about AEW is that they give people a chance. Now, recently, of course, we've seen the likes of Warhorse and Eddie Kingston pop up on our screens, and, you know, they are quite big favourites to a lot of people kind of in the wrestling community. Like, people went mental, like, people went absolutely nuts. You know, they've appeared on our screens, like, on a Wednesday night, which is pretty damn cool. And obviously, if you saw on Twitter, everyone went nuts when it got announced that they were even going to be on there. People were going mad. Of course, I'm not surprised that they were going mad, because they were outstanding on the show anyway. You know, we've now seen Eddie Kingston has been actually signed, and he is a new addition of AEW, and you know, it brings a lot more eyes in to the company. And, you know, there's some great things they can actually do with him as well. We've seen how good he is on the mic for a start. Like, he, you know, when he turned up the other night, he just killed it on that mic. And you're either good or you're terrible. And he is one of the top guys, in my opinion, on the mic anyway. We don't know what's kind of gonna, we'll see what's gonna happen with him. And obviously, Warhorse, is he gonna get signed? He absolutely smashed it as well, and the reaction he got was absolutely fantastic, and I hope he does get signed, because I think that will be another really good addition to have to the roster. But you know, this is what I mean. They give people a chance, and give people a chance to shine, even if it's just for one match. It gives them, you know, gives them more, the actual wrestler, more eyes on them, on their social media, and you know, gives them a push. And you know, those are just two examples of people they've used recently. In the past, they've used a lot of other people as well. They're probably going to continue to do it, and it's just great for, you know, people that aren't signed and just get an opportunity. Now, not only have they been giving people that shiny chance on the big screens, they have been given second chances, probably soon be third chances. You know what these companies are like. But we saw a cheeky debut from Mr. Matt was the last week before? Couple of weeks ago now, which, you know, we've been expecting this one. Obviously Cody and Brandon being friends with him, and Chelsea Green, we were kind of expecting it, weren't we? I thought it'd be a lot sooner. Obviously after the releases came out, But it was another great reaction online, and you know, he kind of seems like a really cool, down-to-earth guy, and he's good in the ring. He's someone that does deserve kind of a lot more, and hopefully being, you know, involved with AEW now, he'll get that chance, especially kind of being up with, like, teamed up with Cody quite a lot as well. I think that kind of worked well. So I'm hoping, you know, he gets a really good opportunity with AEW, and yeah, and you know, getting good old Brody Lee getting a chance as well. I've never been kind of the biggest fan of him personally, but it's nice to see he is also somebody from the releases that did actually get that second chance. Are we going to see more? Do you know what? I don't know if there's anyone else that's going to come to AEW. I may be wrong, because it's probably going to be announced in the next few days that someone else is coming, and then it's just going to all go out the window, what I'm saying. But we shall see. Who knows? So kind of another great thing about this roster is the managers they currently have. So a couple of weeks ago, of course, we saw the debut of Nyla Rose's manager, Vicky Guerrero. I am such a fan of Vicky Guerrero. Like, I think she's freaking brilliant. Talking about managers, you know, all over. You know, each company has these managers and they're brilliant on the mic. They're fantastic. Prime example, Selena Vega. Like, I must speak about her so much, but I really, really respect her as kind of like the manager. I really, really, as a wrestler, she's alright. But management, she's brilliant, okay? But AEW decided to just, you know, top it a little bit, and they decided to go all out and get legends, right? Legends. Vicky Guerrero. Legend. You know, there was kind of a bit of speculation. She was kind of in and out, talking to people in AEW. She was kind of doing a little bit. I wasn't expecting her to be a manager. I wasn't expecting it. Maybe like the odd appearance, but not to be a manager. Like, I just wasn't expecting it. But I'm buzzing. Like, I'm just going to announce that I think I put this on Twitter as well. Her entrance thing is a banger. Absolute banger. Now, I met Vicky Guerrero last year, and she was lovely. Like, when I was younger, when I used to watch her, I wasn't really a fan. I don't think that many people were a fan of her, but she was so lovely and so sweet, and she's kind of someone that I'm really glad kind of is having that chance, you know. And her and Nyla Rose wasn't really expecting that relationship, wasn't expecting her to be her manager, but you know, it does kind of work. They do have a nice little chemistry, and I'm looking forward to seeing if it's going to continue being them two, or if they're going to expand and have a little team. Who knows? But you know, Vicky Guerrero, a lot of memories of that lady, a lot of memories, and I am so excited. And of course there's Arn Anderson. So it's another one I wasn't expecting. You know, these guys, I weren't expecting them to be a part of this brand, but here we are, and obviously he is teaming up with Cody. I love it. I love it. They're both big characters. They're both extraordinary, and you know, Arn Anderson, he's got a lot of history, and he's, you know, someone that a lot of people think's really cool, and he's a cool guy. So kind of having him on that roster, you know, it's good. I'm happy he's on there, and you know, personally, yeah, he's someone that I think works well with Cody. And is he gonna turn on him? Is he gonna do the dirty? Who knows? But I reckon they'll be as a team for a little while. But yes, I like it. I like Arn Anderson, and I'm glad he is on the roster as well. And of course, another one I need to mention is Tully Blanchard. Probably the one I wasn't expecting at all. Like, he's obviously been there for a while, bless him. You know, he's working with Sean, and we've seen him, but not crazy amounts. I like him as well. He's another one, but you know, you got three legends there, like three absolute legends, and they're bringing in, and they're kind of, you know, they've got a lot of experience as well, each one of them. And not only of, you know, the whole roster really, with like the older guys have got a lot of experience, they've got a lot they can teach younger managers and, you know, the younger wrestlers kind of going forward. So I think having those guys there, knowing what they're doing, knowing what they're talking about, is going to be absolutely brilliant for the company overall. This subject is probably one of the main reasons I actually wanted to do this video, and of course that is the AEW tag team division. They have a big list of tag teams, and you know what? It's impressive. So if they really put their minds to it, they could have some incredible feuds right there. Like, some incredible feuds. So, you know, they already have pulled off some really good matches, like I've mentioned before. Some of the matches they have are probably some of my favourite tag matches ever, and that's a big statement to make. That's a huge statement. You know, their tag team roster is probably one of my favourites. Probably my favourite kind of roster of all the companies, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, impressive list. An absolute impressive list. I'm going to mention some, of course. Mention some of my favourites. Which I like about, because there's so many, we won't always see the same people. Which, you know, I'm not a big fan of the overbooking. You know my opinion on it if you've obviously, if you haven't watched before, and it's a bit awkward while you're here, but here we are. So, do you know what? First people I kind of want to mention in this whole scenario is Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss. These two have kind of stolen my heart over the past couple of months. I've already been a massive fan of Joey Janela, always have, and you know, not only are they really both good in the ring, they've got such a cute, amazing like chemistry. Like, not even, you know, just in the ring, out the ring. Like, there was a lot of kind of stuff that went on with Sonny Kiss online, and Joey Janela backed him. And it was actually really lovely to see, and I just absolutely just love these two, and I can't wait to see more of them because, like I said, I'm a big fan of both of them. They're both incredible in the ring as well, and yeah, they're pretty damn good. And of course, you know, I've mentioned it before, I'm a big fan of Jurassic Express as well. One, I like the dinosaur aspect of it. Love that. Love dinosaurs. I like that kind of thing. And, you know, I love them as a tag team and, of course, as the single competitors as well. I haven't seen them, well, actually we say that we saw them quite a lot a little while ago. Maybe not so much now, but we are in a pandemic, so I can't really win. But I just love the gimmick of them. I absolutely love the gimmick. All three of them, they're just absolutely brilliant, and they're all just like incredible. They are really good in the ring as well. And, you know, another tag team I need to mention is the Lucha Brothers. They are just up there with some of my, you know, favourites ever. I think they're very talented. They've got so much potential. I want them to be champions, if I'm completely honest, because I think they're brilliant. And, you know, I've seen so many people, there's not many people that I know don't actually like them. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are kind of on my side with that whole scenario. And of course, got to mention Young Bucks. They're the top, aren't they? They're kind of the top of the division. They're the guys that everyone wants to be. They got it brought in first. They know what they're doing. They're brilliant. I've mentioned it kind of so many times with them. Yeah, I overall think they're really good. They're some of my favourites. And yeah, I think having them kind of on the roster, with their experience as well, they can kind of help everyone else that's kind of there and that are growing as well. So it's kind of nice to have them to teach everyone else, give us good matches, of course, because they are brilliant. And yeah, but they're the big kind of the big cheese tag team. Can I call them that? Big cheese tag team. But you know what? Another tag team I'm going to mention, of course, is Kenny Omega and Adam Page. These two, the champions, I love them. I love both of them anyway. Probably because I really fancy Adam Page, but here we are. But these two are, it's kind of a pairing that I didn't think would last this long. They are so, do you know what, I wasn't expecting such good chemistry in AEW of these guys, but they are killing it. They've been killing it for a while. They've been doing so well. So they're another tag team, of course, I'm going to mention, as they are, you know, kind of up there with the other guys. And I've actually found a new love for Santana and Ortiz as well. Yeah, so I wasn't so kind of familiar with these guys before, but I've kind of watched them more and more and realised they are really good, and they are kind of two people as well that really do kind of deserve the chance with the championship, as they, you know, they've been doing really well on there. And same with, you know, with Private Party. This, like I said, there are so many tag teams kind of on there at the minute that are just so good, and hopefully they are all going to be given those opportunities kind of going forward, but who knows. And finally, we've got to mention the whole FTR situation. So there, if you've seen my videos before, you know I've kind of mentioned how underrated these guys are. I am big fans of these two, and you know, them kind of being on AEW, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they are going to be given that opportunity to shine and show how good they are. And I think, if I'm honest, I think they do kind of fit in a lot more where they are now. Like, obviously, you know, in WWE they were brilliant, but they fit in more with, you know, with this brand and these different tag teams. They can, you know, they're ready to go, they're ready, you know, they're pumped up, they're ready. And yeah, who knows what's going to happen, but hopefully they're going to have a really good run in AEW, and I think we all expected them to go there anyway. And yeah, I think personally it's such a great decision having them guys on the roster. Do you know what? Looking kind of at the actual roster online, you don't realise how good it is. Pac, for a start. Like, Pac, I love. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Kind of someone I've always really liked anyway. I think I saw him last year as well live, and he was actually a really nice guy as well. You know, you got him and you got Matt Hardy. Like, yeah, you know my love for Matt Hardy. Having him on that roster is just absolutely unreal. Lance Archer, Brian Cage. You've got so fucking many good people on there, and there's so much to explore. Like, there's so many new things that could happen, and so many feuds. Like, how big's the roster going to get? Is it going to continue to grow? Like, what actually is going to happen? It's exciting. It's, you know, the men's division at the minute is absolutely unreal. Like, it's strong. They have got some strong people. Hopefully, you know, I think it's obviously been a bit hard with everything that's kind of been going on. We've kind of have seen a few of the same matches, but is that because they're building up for something else? Who knows? But, you know, like the people I've just mentioned, they're huge. They're brilliant people. They're great stars. They're great. Their gimmick's great. Effing about them's great. Microphone skills. There's so much they can do, and I think they will. Like, I'm not actually going to doubt them at all. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with all these different people they're bringing in. Now, I did say there was a downfall, and yeah, it's a downfall, right? How do I say this in the nicest way? I think I've mentioned this before. There is one thing that really has bothered me since AEW kind of started, and of course that is the women's division. Recently, you know, they did the tournament, and they've got a belt, and it's just still not big enough, you know? Get what I mean? It's still not big enough with the people they've got on the roster, the people they're still bringing in. You know, they're bringing in rising stars all the time. They're bringing in shiny new people. They're bringing in managers. I feel like there's still something missing. But, you know, they did a lot of work with kind of Britt Baker a couple of months ago, and obviously not so much now, but, you know, they did kind of all this stuff with her, and it was really promising. See what was going to happen there. Yeah, like I said, you know, they've done the tournament, and got the belt. There's just something in my eyes missing. I don't know what it is. I'm not drawn into the women's roster yet. And, you know, you've got quite a lot of time as well. Penelope Ford is kind of leading it as well, which is fantastic. I really actually do like her. I'm kind of glad that she wasn't just, you know, with Kip. Kind of glad that she's been pushed a lot more as well. But yeah, I don't know kind of what's missing at the minute. If you know, tell me, but there's something that's not missing and I just can't get my head around why it's not working. You know, it's kind of been said before that it's very much, you know, on the posters and on the match cards and things like that, it is very male orientated, and, you know, the kind of size difference between the rosters is ridiculous, but that does happen everywhere, unfortunately. But yeah, there's something just that isn't working with the women's division, and it sucks because it's outstanding, really. It's really, really good, the people they've got. I'm hoping with Vicky Guerrero kind of being there as well that maybe things may change. Maybe. But do you know, that's the only downfall I've got about the whole roster, which is really good. Like, really, really good. But do you know what? I'm actually going to end the video there. I'm going to end the video. I would like to do more AEW content. Or to do more content anyway. Yeah, I do, you know, I've been very, very impressed with kind of what they've got going on at the minute. But yeah, that is it for today. Of course, make sure you like and subscribe and check out everything I'm always up to. If you know me, you know how busy I always am. I'm always doing something. This is probably the kind of first couple of days I haven't done anything for, so it's about time I have a little bit of a rest. But yeah, so yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and I shall see you very soon.